Hey youth, my name is Luke, and today I'll be talking about letting go of control. Well, I used to be someone who struggled a lot with letting go of control. If certain things didn't go my way or important plans somehow got ruined, I always felt like it was the end of the world. And the fear and anxiety of the unknown always pushed me to make irrational decisions that actually dug the hole deeper in my life. If I was to pinpoint 3 things that controlled my life, it was fear and anxiety, my circumstances, and society. I was controlled by fear and anxiety because I focused so much on the what if. I was more concerned about the when than now. And because of this, I started making decisions based on things that never even happened yet. And when I should have really waited on God to shape my future decisions, I let fear and anxiety shape my future for me. And second, we often let our circumstances control who we become. We see our condition as a setback more than an opportunity to grow, and we start limiting our options because of our situation. I told myself I could never be this because I'm blank, and I started listening to my situation more than who God was telling me I can be. My last point is how society controlled the decisions I made in my life. Society is always changing, and I always thought I had to change with it. I had the fear of missing out, and I felt like I had to follow the crowd. So doing what everyone else was doing meant I had to make choices that weren't choices I usually made. When we look at the story of Sarah and Abraham, we actually see how these 3 points influence the decisions they make. In Genesis 15:2-5, we see how Abraham is controlled by fear and anxiety of the unknown future. In Genesis 16, we see how Sarah and Abraham are both controlled by their circumstance of Sarah not having a kid. And because they have a slave, Hagar, who can give birth, they start making decisions outside of God's plan for their life. In Genesis 18:11-14, we see how Sarah is controlled by society standards for her life. So when it's time for her to have a child, she doubts God's supernatural power, but rather believes society's standards of who she can and can't be. And the relevance of all this is that God still made a way. You may feel like your life is a mess. I don't know where to begin. I've let so many other things instead of God control my life. But can I tell you the truth? It literally takes one turn to go back. The question is, are you ready to give control and authority over to the one that knows what's best for your life?